Hey, multifamily friends. Today I want to talk to you about how to take notes to increase productivity, retain that information that you're taking notes on, and then also have an index of information that you can provide value to those that you're mentoring so that the information that you collect from all the different places we're getting information today, conferences, online, social media, articles, videos like this, other places, and share that with the people that you want to make impact in their lives. So by now you've probably received a couple of videos. You're part of the Multifamily Leadership Series, and I just want to give you an idea of what to expect as we go forward. We're trying to reach out to those that otherwise don't have access to travel budgets or don't have the time to reach across the country and meet and connect with other leaders. And so we want to bring people that are winning in today's marketplace, the multifamily marketplace, and give them access to a community of people that are hungry to get better in the industry. So if you know anybody that is leading, they could be winning as a regional manager, an executive vice president, really anybody that's effective and can make an impact and share that with others. We'd like to hear from them. Love to put them on the show, do an interview. So from this point on, you've seen a lot of me, but most likely you're going to see access to me interviewing and us sharing content with others in the industry that are leading. So with that, what I'm talking about today is something that I've learned from Tim Ferriss. Tim Ferriss wrote the book, The 4-Hour Work Week, and one of the things he talked about on his blog, I think even before the book came out, was his avid just interest in taking notes. He's just a student of life. And what he did was he was able to index these journals. And, I've been doing journals all my life since 1995. And I've been collecting a lot of leadership stories and reflections and things like that. But it wasn't until I met Tim that he has this wonderful articulation of how to do it in a way that you can reference these notes, summarize a book, summarize a conference, a conversation, these types of things in an indexing way. So I'll show you. I have these journals here. You can see I have stacks of them at the house. I carry them around with me, and just by having the texture and the feel in it, something happens when I write things down. Even though I have Evernote and all the digital tools to collect and organize and search for information, I still find value in when I want to create and I want to get clear and I want to help somebody. Another thing is when I'm having a mentor or coaching call, or I'm having a conversation where someone's come to me for support, and I can take this little journal to a breakfast meeting, knowing what content is on there, I can help provide them. And it's different than looking at your phone. They think that you're distracted or you're just searching for information, but when you're looking at, someone took the time to write this down, it was valuable to them, and they're going to share it with me. That's important. Anyway, so I'm going to share with you how I do that. So it's really interesting. This, for example, I've gone to conferences. This is the notes on a workshop and book that we created, which was Building Better Teams, sort of a talent acquisition strategy. And I wrote this on an airplane. So this was just for some reason on an airplane to get real clear. And that actually turned into a book, into an organized form here, into a table of contents, chapters, and just content that created by me writing and referencing not only research and things like that, but it all started here. So let me jump right in and get to right to the bottom of what we're talking about here. So let's say you're at a conference, and oh, by the way, those of you that sponsor things, this was a on-site. These guys, I went to it was fun. I went to a conference. It was one of the conference Steve Lefkowitz puts on, which are always amazing, and it was a conference that meant a lot to me because I was able to see some great speakers, and I took some great notes. And in that note-taking process, I had this huge binder. I could never have filled the whole thing up with that much content, but I still carry this around today, and it's one of those things where do sponsors really know? where that value travels. And I took this to another event that ended up being transformational change in my life. So this actual notebook means a lot to me. So I'll always keep it near and dear to me. But what I'm getting to is that when you go to these conferences, it's hard. You're just getting a fire hose of information, and it all makes sense live, and you can't record it, you can't go back to it. So how do you keep it? So what I do is I just make notes, and I don't worry about the organization of it. Each page just gets documented as I go. Now, there's no order, there's no organization to it. It's just basically free for me to create. Now, how I start is I get blank. See all these pages. If I go to the very back, you'll see some of these in the very back have no page numbers. So what I'll do is I'll start at the right side of the page, and I'll just number like 30 days ahead or 30 pages ahead, 1, 2, 3, all the way to 30. And what happens then is every right-hand page has a page number. Okay, so if I were writing on page, let's see, for example, if I was writing on page 25, okay, that's the right-hand page. You can see the other page has no page number. Okay, so what'll happen is on page 25, okay, on the back side will be 0.5, 25.5, and I'll tell you why that's important later. So as you make your notes, like this is a team building strategy, a talent acquisition blueprint strategy thing, and what I do is I just get it all down, and then at the end of once the page is complete, okay, and there's no rush to do this. If you're at a conference, just complete pages, keep taking notes, in a format, and however you draw pictures, whatever it is. And then what you do is you go to the front and you create an index. And the index looks sort of like this. You have content, and then you have page numbers. So like I have content here like building great teams, speaking, leadership, mindset, listening, speaking, more entrepreneurship, business building, coaching, attracting top talent, conference workshops, things like that. So as you make your messages, as you document what's important to you, then what you do is you put it on the index and you summarize the page. So you like the building great teams page might happen on page 20, might happen 6 months later on page 94, might happen 3 days later. So what you want to do is once you have these topics on your index, you can look at a topic, like I have entrepreneurship on pages 6, 7, and 8. I have building great teams on page 1, 14, 24.5, 28.5. So if someone's coming to me with a problem, or they're asking for coaching, or they're they need support, and it's about they're given a talk, and it's about speaking, how do you get prepared for a talk and things like that, then I can go to my I can scan for the topic, and I can reference right to the page I need to go to, and I can just give them a great quote. I could pay if they're doing something on social media and they're engaging in a way that they need support or help or whatever. I can scan for content, and I can go to my message, I can or my page, and I can share with them what's valuable to them. So anyway, just a quick overview of what you do to take notes. I love these journals. If you're not using them, it's old-fashioned, but I highly encourage you to do that. We have some more things to share in upcoming videos. We'd love to have you part of that. Please, what I'd love for you to do is share in the comments below what you do to keep all of your information together. I mean, you go to these conferences all the time. So what do you do to keep it all organized, and how do you prepare? How do you follow up? Things like that. We'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Please comment. Thank you.